Poem. The story begins whoosh. It ends to go elsewhere with the silverware or remain eaten and beaten, the victim of a common but rare disease. Love seems more inevitable with the plug-in socket. After you discredit sex, you have temporary relief, a semester of misgiving, and an American personality whose backbone's made out of migrating butterfly wings. Then my forgotten European child wonders what I'm like, says father, and listens. Poem. This is my period of sexual meditation. Gravity is the way distant objects touch each other. How endlessly shocked they would be at the idea of sex. I am endlessly shocked at the idea of sex, like the falling man who loses a sensation and then death startles him. The story has 100 morals, but the only exit is a change of mood. And Bob loves the pleasure he takes in receiving sensation. When he woke up slowly to a blowjob, the radio clung to sleep, but its tubes grew redder. He retains it, like the taste of an erotic dream. Describe the dream. A cave where the tides live. Two men twist up and up. Light gleams off in a rapture. They squeeze liquid from their wet torsos. The deep mystery of the heavenly men. The best looking says, I like men. Any orifice could be a mouth. Embed everything that's not me as you. I like earthmen. They are always surprised by sex. Interest lights up their eyes. The most jaded, innocent as a prisoner, turns his head in wonder. A situation stares Bob in the eyes as he approaches and continues staring into his eyes through the back of his head. If my mind's touched, I'm totally touched. Bob says, we might as well go all the way. Ed says, I love conclusions. When I come, I get a heart attack, a stroke, and 4 flat tires. Bob says, by any chance, do you know basic syncopation? Ed says, a man was embraced and embraced. Bob says, new hope to my hands. Ed's forehead wrinkles to understand. He says, the empty whiteness moves down the stairs. The blind panther. A room appears as he enters it. Then Bob shared the surprise of people who become what they don't expect. Then we take a shower where I love to drink water off his skin. You will meet a dark stranger, then another, dozens, hundreds. And between these dark strangers, fair strangers will appear like light bulbs. We've all seen movies about dead men walking, but where are movies about dead men sleeping? Dead Men Sleep, 1947. A 3,000-year-old mummy, roused from eternal slumber to a temporary one, casts an accusing glance at the gods for not making the telephone ring. But if the lucky man dreams right, he sometimes stands back from his sleep as satisfied as when he stood back from his previous existence, and views it with a detachment so happy that it sanctions his flight into life. He dreamed of sex, as pleasure is the daydream and the night dream and the waking reverie and the reveille, and even the tendency of objects we dream up, like the curve in my rocking chair. In the park, a man invites Ed into his sex dream by exposing the most dangerous cock Ed ever saw. Ed carries the memory in his lower back, even the voice. A woman heard it once, and now no one can convince her that it's not the voice of her lover talking in his sleep. Here's a little plot. A young couple scheduled to appear next morning on Beat the Clock decide to practice coordinated and degrading stunts typical of that show. The result is murder.